Hey guys, this is Paul. Listen, I wanted to just share something really powerful. We went through this book, The Potential Principle, and you can see the matrix up there. And I'm really super excited about it. I got the graphic done. Just kind of want to walk through it. Some of you guys have been through this book. Some of you guys have not. So I'm just going to share a little bit about Mark Sanborn's The Potential Principle. And I'm excited about the call that I get a chance to sit down and host, and you guys get to join me to talk to Mark on Sunday night on June the 3rd. Again, the subtitle for this book is A Proven System for Closing the Gap Between How Good You Are and How Good You Could Be. And really think about it. Do you want to make your best better? That's the question. And then I think the answer is yes. We all want to make our best better. And so that's what he talks about. I love the opening dedication in the book. As soon as you open it up, he says, this book is to everyone who's committed to continually getting better and making the world around them better too. And that describes, I believe, you and me. We want to, for sure, continually get better and make the world around us better. So the potential principle, I'm not going to unpack it all. We're going to get a chance to talk to Mark, but he really talks about making our best better. And I love that concept. He shares something called the matrix. And I love it because it ties in, because one of my favorite movies is The Matrix. And we're going to take the red pill on this thing because it really allows us to see things in a way that we hadn't seen before. It allows us to go through the rabbit hole and see something that I think is pretty powerful. So I'm going to walk through a few things here so you can see on the screen, here's this matrix. All right. And the matrix is made up of 4 different quadrants, and you can see those. And on each end of it, so let me kind of just narrate a few things here, annotate a few things. In that horizontal space, there's 2 worlds that we live in, really. When you think about it, there's our inner world, that's our being, who we are. And then there's that outer world of what we're doing. And so those 2 worlds, and those worlds can collide for sure. But that's the world mode, right? So we can improve in both those areas. And also, not only that, there's this action mode, this element between how we respond to things. And I love the OODA loop. He doesn't talk about OODA loop in here, but when I think about this, it's really applying the OODA loop. And this is the 2 O's in the OODA loop. The OODA loop is about observing and orienting. You're sort of in a state of rest, but you're actually taking in things. Whereas the D and the A part of the OODA loop is initiating. You are responding to something. You're taking action, right? So in fact, you're taking action in both those planes, but one is more initiating and one's more of a responsive state, wait and state mode. So those 2 levels, and there's sliders essentially that live on those 2 planes. And so if we can slide, and we often do this on a daily basis, we slide to the outer world of what we're doing, and we initiate, we take action, we're performing, that's what we're doing. And certainly we can better ourselves in there. But the reality, and what Sanborn says is, hey guys, look, don't just focus on that. That's good, you can better yourself there, but if you better yourself in some of the other areas, it's going to have a residual effect and help you in your performance too. So one area of betterment helps you in all the other areas. So when you're initiating and you're doing in the outer space and you're performing, that's good, but also think about the other areas. So learning is about responding what's coming in from the outside, and really taking that in, observing and orienting on that. And then on the other side, and back into the inner world, where we're just kind of being reflective in this state. All right, so we're observing and orienting, and we're thinking, from a being standpoint. So that's reflection. And this is something that he shares we don't do enough of, to be honest with you. We can better ourselves in our reflection. And that other quadrant, sorry guys. And that other quadrant is the thinking mode, right? That thinking quadrant where we take initiation now. So when we think, this is like the imaginative state. This is where we go beyond just observing and orienting. We're actually making some decisions and knowing what we're going to act on. We're thinking through it. And so these all tie together, and we can't just isolate one without really talking about the other. So think of this as a map that allows you to go in between your worlds. So you kind of want to continue to move. So for example, let's say that you're focused on performing, and use this map to realize where you are at presently and where you need to go. So it's sort of like, oh, okay, wow, My sliders are in the performing state right now, but I don't want to just stay stuck in performing all the time. I also need to think about the 3 other states that I'm in. So I want to kind of move through, and I want to look at those other ones. So learning, same thing. If I'm in a learning state, I want to look at, okay, that's good, but don't forget about the other 3. Same with thinking, and same with reflecting. Again, those are some sliders. I love how that worked. I love that little animation at the very beginning that kind of shows you how they work. So think about that in your daily existence, how those sliders are always changing for you, or are they? So hopefully that helps. Excited about this call, the potential principle, and hope to see you on it. And this is our next book, Exactly What to Say. This is the book that we're doing in June. It's not a very thick book, but it's very powerful. Talking about our subconscious. This kind of fits into the, we're going to learn some stuff here, right? So just think about this for a second. When we mastermind a book, we learn about it. We think about, what it's talking about. Actually, we're reflecting a bit on it, and we're thinking about what kind of actions can I take from it, and then we go do it. So certainly this book is going to be true of that, right? We're going to see ourselves hitting all those states as we go through it, as we really mastermind it. So when you read a book, you're just learning. When you mastermind, you're learning, you're reflecting, you're thinking, and hopefully you're taking some action and performing. That's what's the power of the mastermind. All right, guys, I will see you on the call. Thanks for watching this video. And if you missed the call, we'll put the live Zoom call that we have with Mark. We'll put the replay on here. All right, catch you later.